Hello, all. How's it going? Let me know if you can hear me, please, in the comments. We got a few people hanging out already. We got Crazy Backyard Chicken Man saying, hey, 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 y'all. Good to see you. Got Planet X saying hello. Good to see you as well. If someone could go ahead and absolutely. If anyone could let me know if I am coming through on the audio, if you can hear me. William, hey Jeremiah, it's Will from the West Virginia cabin episode. Oh yeah, totally. I hope we can get a part 2 set up. I have some crazy stuff to share, including encounter that happened a week ago. Absolutely. Yeah, I think actually I got an email from you. I'm sorry. I have a ton of email, as you can imagine, and I will go through them all tonight, and I'll send you the current link to go ahead and get a second show, because I definitely want you to come back on, William, and do a follow up. Let's see. We've got friend Gene. I hear you. Howdy. Good to see you. Chicken Man says 5x5. All right, cool. DE loud and clear. Amanda, hello from Ontario, Canada. We can hear you loud and clear. Awesome. We got people from the US and Canada in here tonight. We're hanging out. We're going to do a Bigfoot encounter live episode. If you've had an encounter, you've seen Bigfoot, and you want to share that live on the podcast, live right here, you can do so. I'll put a phone number up on the screen. There is a guest release form I would need you to fill out real quick. If you could fill that out first and then call on in, and let me check my phone here. All right, so I got my phone set up and ready to go. Yeah, so we also do some chatting. So if you have anything to share in the chat, we can talk about Bigfoot as well. But pretty much these things are the equivalent of me putting a fishing line in the pond and see if anyone randomly calls in that's watching this and shares their Bigfoot encounter live. Some of my best encounters I've had from this live show. So we got 20 people that want to watch this live. I appreciate you all being here. And we got Mike. What's up from Ontario, Canada? Mike is a supporter of the podcast. He is a YouTube channel member, and I appreciate you, Mike, for being that. That makes a ton of difference. You guys, I am working towards becoming full-time with Bigfoot Society, and every supporter on the Patreon, patreon.com/the Bigfoot Society. Also, every YouTube channel member makes a difference. So I appreciate you, Mike, being a supporter. Also, I'm putting out members-only episodes every week now on Wednesdays. So if you want to hear the members-only episodes, you can hear that as a YouTube channel member or as a Patreon subscriber. And a lot of people are bent out of shape because I'm putting stuff out for members only. But hey, if people are going to support the podcast in that way, I'm going to give them a little bit of extra content. So don't get bent out of shape. But hey, that's the way it's going to be. So I'm super pumped. We've got multiple Canadians in the chat, along with us from the good old US of A. We are hanging out. Yeah, let me put up the, this is the phone number to your call. So we'll go ahead and open up the phone lines. Just make sure you hit that guest release form first in the description of the episode. It's a real easy thing, but in order for me to use it for the episode, so this will be recorded live and used for the Bigfoot Society podcast, and I need your guest release form so I can do that. Hollis, good to see you. I'm late. Hey, at least you're here. Memphis, always good to see you with green checks. Appreciate you being here as well. Yeah, let me check the phone. Phone lines are now open, 515-809-0165. You can go ahead, give in a call, and we'll see what we reel in tonight. Northeast Texas. Oh, yeah. That's a good area. Let me make sure that my do not disturb is on. So, guys, if you watched any cool Bigfoot stuff on YouTube, let me know what is cool to watch in the community. I don't get to watch a lot of stuff because I'm so busy working on the podcast, but let me know what you've watched recently on YouTube while we're waiting to see if anyone calls in. And yeah, give me some recommendations on what I might want to check out. I've seen there's a few pretty good documentaries out recently. I know Small Town Monsters is always putting out solid stuff. We got Jessica here. Hello from Tennessee. Good to see you, friend. DE, only ever heard 2 wood knocks about a year ago and found maybe a juvenile footprint. Nothing exciting for me, unfortunately. Hey, that's all right. Any of that stuff is exciting to me. I've heard some wood knocks. I've heard some vocalizations, but I've never had a visualization. So kind of right there with you. But that is all good to me. Yes, I'm aware that you can probably see in my glasses because I have the blue light special going on for my glasses. And I'm okay with that. Uh-oh. Let's see what we got. All right, I'm gonna have to call that person back because Google Voice never plays nice. So let me call this person back. Hi, this is Jeremiah from Bigfoot Society. Sorry about that. Just calling you back. Were you able to fill out the guest release form, perhaps? Perfect. You said it's Timothy? Absolutely. Yeah, go right ahead. Hold on. I apologize. I'm really sorry about this. They're saying the audio isn't coming through. I'm gonna have to. Do you mind if I try to fix this real quick and then we can? I really apologize about this. This is okay. Yeah, in a second. I'm trying to fix it real quick. Let me try. Okay, hold on one second. You're still there, correct? Okay. Okay. People in the chat, if you could, Tim, if you could say a few things, let's see if they can hear you this time. Thank you. All right, we'll give it a little bit to see if they can hear anything. No? Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to give you a call back real quick. Okay. I apologize. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Yep. I'm going to restart my phone real quick. Sorry about this, guys. This is really weird. Man, the suspense is killing me, though. I mean, Olympic Peninsula call, that's pretty cool. Hopefully, it will work here. All right. So, yeah, technical difficulties for sure, Vincent. So I'm restarting my phone right now. Um, Man, I wonder if he's ever talked to anyone in the Olympic project. I'm going to have to ask him that. All right, we're giving it a minute to restart the phone. Hey, Pine Island Research is here. How's it going? Happy Monday to you too, friend. All right. Let me make sure that I am connected. I'm going to call my wife real quick. Hey, hold on one second. I want to make sure people can hear this. Guys, can you guys hear anyone else on the line? Well, yeah, I know. I'm waiting for the chat to catch up. Yeah. Ah, dang it. All right. Okay. Thanks. Um, what could it be? What could it be? Let me check my levels. Um, that's down, that's down, that's down. Dang. This sucks. Um, Let me try restarting the Roadcaster. I might have to start this over again. I apologize. Check, 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 check. Let's see. Audio. You gotta plug stuff in, guys. So you gotta plug things in for it to work, right? Oh my goodness. Um, can you guys hear me at all? Oh my goodness. The whole time I didn't have it plugged in. Come on, guys. You guys can hear me though, right? Yeah. It's a Monday for sure. All right, let's take two, take three, maybe. My goodness, I can't believe that. It's daylight savings time because, you get up early. All right. Let me make sure that I am connected to the Roadcaster. Okay. Did someone have a rough weekend? Yeah, I did. Okay. So I'm going to call Tim back. If someone in the chat, when you hear Tim, put it in the chat right away. Yeah, we hear him.
Hello.
Hey, Tim. I didn't have it plugged in. That'll do it, right?
Okay, all
Okay.
good.
So
All good.
I'm going to wait a minute. Okay, we hear him. We get plugging it in works. Okay. All right. So let's
Okay.
so I'll let you start from the beginning, and I apologize again. Go right ahead, Tim.
Sure, no problem. So basically, we have a property. It's a camping property off grid on the Olympic Peninsula. And this property, we've been experiencing all kinds of things, basically audio things from what I assumed for a long time were possibly Sasquatch. And I got confirmation last weekend. In the past, we've heard howls, roars, wood knocks. I had last summer, I was cooking oysters over the fire and had pine cones thrown at me. And again, this property borders a green belt that is an unbroken forest all the way into Olympic National Park. So you can imagine we have bear scat. My brother's seen 2 cougars around. It's wild. It's a wild area. So last week, surprise, we went camping and there's 4 to 5 inches of snow on the ground. I had no idea, but we set up camp, and I said, let's go down in the ravine back there and just kind of see if we can find some tracks of whatever's been about. So we get down there, and there's no human boot tracks at all, but there's weird tracks, and they are 4 inches round, kind of just like something has been punching its fist into the snow. And followed them for a while. Deer tracks mixed with these weird, like fist bump tracks. And finally snooped around way off trail and found what can clearly be an adult Bigfoot track with a juvenile print inside of that track. Really excited. I'd like to share a photo with you to check it out. It's something I'm really really thrilled about. So that's my story.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Definitely. Do you mind if I ask some questions? And, guys,
Please.
everyone that's listening live, if you have questions, I mean, this is a live show. Feel free to put them in the chat. Definitely. So let's see. So you've heard some interesting audio. Have you gotten to record any of the audio?
It's weird. I've tried, and 2 things happen. Either the when I hit record, the playback is gone. It's fuzzy. It's weird. Or the minute I hit record on audio, whatever the creature is just totally stops. So no, unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to record the audio, but we heard in February, we camped out there and we heard a siren howl, which shocked my girlfriend because she doesn't know about this stuff at all. So she thought it was a siren, and then it turned into a howl, and then the dogs in the area started just going berserk. So along with wood knocks, the 4th of July was a really wild time last year because there were 2 fireworks shows on the Hood Canal, which is about 6 miles away. And so our area is up above the foothills, above Hood Canal. So all kinds of wildlife came into the area. We heard coyotes and just all kinds of weird noises. Wish we would have recorded a lot of it. but that's when I got the pine cone thrown at me too. So yeah.
Have you reached out to anyone in your area of the Olympic Peninsula, like any researchers or anyone like that, about what you've experienced so far?
No, you are the first.
Okay. Wow. Well, thank you for reaching out, Tim. Um, man, let's see. So you're saying the Hood Canal area?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Lake Cushman. It's above the Hood Canal in the foothills, about
Yep, I see
600
it.
feet elevation. Yeah.
All right. Well, I know that I think the Olympic Project guys are on the east side or the west side of Olympic National Park, but
Yeah.
man, there's a question from the chat here that's interesting. Vincent says, and he's kind of, laughing a little bit. He says, "Why would you follow him?" But it's a solid question though. Like, what would happen like if you're following the tracks and there's actually something like? Did you ever think about what you would do in that situation if you had come across an actual creature?
Yeah. I guess I can be naive sometimes and overly excited. I don't know. I really don't know what would happen. But they're there. They're 200 yards from where we camp, where we set up our tent. So it's definitely something I'm milling over right now. I think that based on what I've learned about their behavior, they're as curious as we are, and as long as you don't kind of cross boundaries with them, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's wild. It's really wild.
Well, it's a weird thing because there hasn't been one that we can actually study yet, right, in captivity or anything like that. So it's pretty much like there's no guidebook to follow.
Precedent, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no precedent exactly.
Yeah.
I want to look up something real quick. Have you looked to see if there are other sightings that have taken place around the same area anywhere?
Oh yeah. It's on the BFRO. There are literally 2 or 3 reports there. There's been so Dow Creek is the area that we have a property in, and that's actually been mentioned on Sasquatch Chronicles and A Flash of Beauty. So they're there. It's definitely not uncommon in that area. So dare I say hotspot, but
absolutely. I mean, well, if it's in multiple places like that, and you're saying Lake Cushman, I see Dow Creek here, and looking up Mason County, Washington, real quick on BFRO, yeah, I can see multiple campers at Lake Cushman, vocalization heard near Lake Cushman. It's Lake Cushman is all over the place on this page. So, I mean, that alone tells me, yeah, you probably have something going on. Have you ever, have you thought of maybe setting up like a game camera or some kind of like audio recorder around your property?
Yeah, I think we'll set one of those up at the perimeter of our property. I definitely don't want to set one up in the green belt where we found the prints, because I just feel like there's some kind of violation of something territorially about doing that. And I do have to share, I touched the print itself. It had such a graceful shape to it, and it's unmistakably not a human print, because that ridge that we have on the side, the outer part of our foot, that ridge wasn't there. It was an arch that matches the mid-tarsal break that's talked about. And to feel that, I mean, I've never found prints before till now, and the experience was just, it was so thrilling.
Wow.
If there's somewhere I can send this photo to you, I definitely like to share it.
Yes, absolutely. If you could send it to bigfootsociety@gmail.com, I'd love to take a look at it.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
and someone had pointed out, were you able to put something next to the footprint in order for scale of any size, like a dollar bill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's several pictures of several different prints. I put my hand next to the one that's the juvenile within the adult print. I just put my hand next to it. Another one I've got my keys next to it. Another one I've got a chapstick. Kind of just, no brainer. You might as well put something there for scale, right?
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
I would ask Tim if you could definitely, keep me up to date with what's going on with that area, because I'm going to guess there's going to be more things that happen, especially if there's been multiple events in that area reported in multiple places. Sasquatch Chronicles, Flash of Beauty, BFRO, and now you, Tim. Definitely reach out whenever you need to, bigfootsociety@gmail.com. But thank you so much for calling in, and hopefully this leads to something else. So
I'll keep you updated. We're going out there this weekend again. So, but thanks for doing a great show. Great job. And thanks for having me.
awesome. Great talking to you, Tim. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot. All right. Bye.
All right. Fantastic. Let me get caught up with the comments here, and then I'll see if more calls came in. Mr. Sir says, I know the Olympics, you go up the northwest side or come up Skokie River side, southwest side. I've heard they're over there on the east side. I've had encounters on the west side of the Olympics. Interesting. Mr. Sir, you can always reach out, bigfootsociety@gmail.com. I'm going to throw that to anyone who wants to reach out. Max Wedge, we had a back wall of camp slapped and a few siren yells, treetops broken off on leased hunting lands. After 25 years of nothing happening, then the owner canceled all hunting leasing. Very interesting. I'd be very curious, Max, where that happened. Roundabout. Let's see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check my phone. So just for the new people that are here, we got almost 60 people hanging out, seeing if there's going to be a live call. I'm going to check the open phone lines. If you do want to call in, call 515-809-0165. Make sure that you fill out the guest release form first, please, so that you can I can use this in the podcast because it is recorded and broadcast live as well. All right, so we're gonna hang out a little bit. Let's see. So phone lines are open. Anyone who wants to call in, share a Bigfoot encounter live, like Tim did, you're more than welcome. Let's see. Max Wedge, Clearfield County, Pennsylvania. Well, let's look up that area real quick, guys. Okay, so interesting. All right, Moshannon State Forest. I don't think I've talked to anyone around this area. I know I've talked to people close by. I think even a gentleman a few weeks ago had called in from roundabouts close by. Vincent has an interesting thought. Hey, Jeremiah, if you know that they're there, do you really want to push your luck to try to see one? Just a thought. I do. Absolutely. I would love to see one. I'd love to have a visual encounter. I don't know how that would affect me, though. We'll see. Hopefully someday I will get that chance. But yeah, that's a valid question, Vincent. Let's see. a few miles from La Josie, Pennsylvania. Sorry if I said that wrong. All right, so we are having a live Bigfoot encounter call-in show. If you've got if you've had a sighting of Bigfoot, if you had a Bigfoot encounter, feel free to call in. First, fill out the guest release form link that is in the show notes in the description for this. We just talked to Tim from the east side of the Olympic Peninsula by Cushman Lake. He's been having some interesting things happen by his area. He's had some interesting howls, long calls, long howls. Saw some tracks in the snow. We had some interesting questions from the audience. So thank you for calling in, Tim. And hopefully there'll be more to come from Tim in the future. We've got people watching tonight from, let's see, North Carolina. We got Pine Knot Yoder here. We've got North Louisiana. Wesley Ray's here, North Louisiana. But I appreciate y'all being here. Let's see, lots of Bigfoot encounters in North Louisiana. Interesting. I've heard a lot about the Rougarou. I've heard a lot about the Honey Island swamp monster. Small Town Monsters has actually, Alex Petikoff just put out a new episode about the Honey Island swamp monster through Small Town Monsters channel. Yeah, Vincent, good point. I'd like to see one, but from a vehicle or road crossing. Yeah, it'd probably be a little bit more manageable to handle that from that. Hey, we got who do we got? Nikki's here from Sasquatch Secrets. Good to see you. Nikki's doing a good job. Make sure that you follow the Sasquatch Secrets channel. She does a great job. Leroy, lots of sightings here in Oklahoma. Sorry, not Oklahoma, Ohio. I'm always thinking about Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. Lots of sightings here in Ohio. Absolutely. Ohio is definitely a hot spot, as Vincent said. Curious, Leroy, what area, what section of Ohio are you talking about? Because it seems like the whole state seems to have Bigfoot all over the place. Guys, we're hanging out tonight, talking about Bigfoot encounters. It's Bigfoot Encounters live call-in show. If you have seen something you'd like to talk about live on the air, it's recorded for the podcast, you can call in right now, 515-809-0165 is the phone number to call in. Please fill out the guest release form link that's in the show note description for this episode first, just so I can use that, your story for the podcast. Can I ring from Australia, mate? Well, I mean, you're the one calling. I don't know how that works. You can give it a try. It's a Google Voice number. Why not? You're the one calling. If I have to call you back, I won't be able to because I can't call other countries. So we'll just actually let me. Oh. Okay, I gotta take Do Not Disturb off. So I should be ready to go. Grant, just outside the southwest corner of the Adirondacks Mountains in New York State. I've never seen or heard one before. Of course, the Adirondack Mountains have had plenty of sightings. Whitehall, Kinderhook, etc. Yeah, Whitehall and Kinderhook have crazy stuff going on. What makes some state more hot than others? Things like, is there enough food source there? How's the rainfall? Is there a large amount of annual rainfall? Is it secluded? Is there a lot of people there or not? What's the environment like? I mean, you look at Southeast Oklahoma, that area, they get a ton of rain there annually every year. And not surprising. The more rain that you get annually, it seems there seems to be more Bigfoot in that area. How's your long distance playing? LOL. Yeah, that's funny. Not that good. Amanda, you could do through WhatsApp if you both. Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea. I'll have to look into that. I don't have that app yet, but that actually might be good to look into for the future. All right. Guys, we are just hanging out here chatting about Bigfoot for a bit tonight. The phone lines are open if you have any Bigfoot encounters, if you've seen a Bigfoot, if you've encountered anything, feel free to give a call. Let me put the phone number back up on the screen. Make sure you fill out the guest release form in the description of this episode. Click that link, fill out your information so I'm able to use the recording of you on the Bigfoot Society podcast. And keep in mind that this is live on YouTube, of course. You know that because you're watching this. We've got a few people putting different places in the chat. Granite Falls, Washington. Is that a place where you've seen a Bigfoot, EDT? Let me know. Wesley Ray, North Louisiana, Northeast Texas. Yeah, I would say, Northeast, Southeast Texas as well. WhatsApp is widely used throughout the world. Most countries allow you to make free audio calls. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I'll definitely look into it then. All right, we're having a good time talking about Bigfoot and also different technology apps tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. We've had one chat so far. We talked to Tim calling in from the Lake Cushman area in the Olympic Peninsula. It was fun to chat with Tim. Hopefully we'll be hearing more from him in the future. Let's see. What do Bigfoot eat? Well, there's all sorts of reports, Eddie. There's, of course, there's many encounters I've heard from people where they've seen them take down deer. If you're talking about the siege at Honabi, Oklahoma, they were supposedly attracted to the cabin where the encounter happened because of the deer that was kept in freezers, chest freezers on the porch. They supposedly eat oysters sometimes, lots of berries, salmon. So things that a bear would eat as well. Firelight Vibes. I live just outside one of the towns in Oklahoma, featured in the old doc Bigfootville. Oh yeah, that's a fun series. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I need to watch that again for sure. I'm going to put the phone number back up on the screen. We got 65 people hanging out, just waiting to see if someone will call in with their Bigfoot encounter on Bigfoot Encounter Live. While we're all waiting, you can put things in the comments and we'll chat about Bigfoot as a group here. But the phone number is 515-809-0165. Please fill out a guest release form. The link for that is in the show notes for the description. We've got, let's see. For some reason, I always thought they were herbivores like gorillas. Well, they do eat plants, but they also do eat meat as well. And that's can be reported by people actually seeing them. Yeah. David, we still got to talk someday, David. I know we were going to talk a while back, but hopefully we can talk in the future. I grew up near Bluff Creek. That's awesome. I can't imagine growing up in that area. Let's see. A large animal like a Bigfoot would have to consume a ton of protein and fat. Berries wouldn't cut it. Well, how about this? Now think about what, certain times a year, a creature like a bear, which it can get huge, is just plowing down, eating all of the blueberries. So I don't know. Maybe agree to disagree. We got Mr. Sir here. Like the show. Hope all is well in Iowa. It is. I'm in Washington hanging out spring cleaning. Good to see you. I appreciate you being here. David says omnivores seemingly. Absolutely. Vincent, they've been seen going through dumpsters to eat trash. Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got the sighting at the Bigfoot in back of the casino. just near the Texas-Oklahoma border. I believe that was a grease trap, though, that it was trying to get into. We'll hook up for sure, Jeremiah. Absolutely, yeah. Reach out again, David. Oh, Rutro, it's Mitzi. Hey, bud, how are you? Woo woo. I'm back from Wisconsin. Not a lot of Bigfoot stuff compared to Oregon. Well, yeah. LOL. I think I was the only one driving around with a Bigfoot sticker on my Subi. Hey, we're Subi pals because we got one of those now too. So, great to see you, Mitzi, here. Guys, we're all just hanging out. We got 70 people hanging out, just waiting for someone maybe to call with a Bigfoot encounter live. There's no, these aren't planned ahead of time. So there is no, there might not be another one, or there might be like 10 more. Who knows? It's kind of like you're rolling the dice or you're putting a fishing line in the lake, right? But I'm going to put I already got the phone number back on the screen here. If you've got something that happened to you that you would like to share, you can call 515-809-0165. And these are, if you've seen a Bigfoot, had a Bigfoot encounter, stuff like that. Let's see. Wesley, they catch and eat a lot of wild pigs around here. Absolutely. I've heard that as well from down in that area. Definitely wild pigs. And, one of my favorite episodes is the one, the gentleman from Southeast Oklahoma who shares about how the hunter saw the Bigfoot take down the huge boar, slam it across into a tree to break its neck, and then slung it over its shoulder. It's pretty wild. Oh, sorry, I gotta go. Question. Yeah, and you guys want to ask me questions? Go right ahead. Chris, have you ever been to the Fouke area? I never have. I have been. Let's see. Pretty much the only places I've been looking for Bigfoot right now is in Iowa, but that will change. Mitzi, Jeremiah, what event that you will be attending are you most excited for this year? So that's a good question. There's a few. I love events all the same, of course, but I'll go through where I'm going to be. So if you want to meet me in person this year, here are the places. I will be in Monster Fest in Canton, Ohio, put on by Small Town Monsters on June 28th and 29th. Thank you, Grant, for putting that in the chat. I will also be, hold on, I got an invite to come check out Sasquatch Summerfest in Oak Ridge, Oregon. So that's going to be fantastic. I am really excited about that. That's about an hour southeast of Eugene, out in the sticks. But excited about Sasquatch Summerfest. That is the weekend after July 17th, that weekend. But if you go to, let's see, what's the SasquatchSummerfest.com, you can actually get half off your tickets by using code Bigfoot Society, which is nice of them to do that. Then I'll also be at the Van Meter Visitor Festival, which is, hometown Iowa cryptid festival. And we also do, sometimes there's Bigfoot people there as well. I mean, I'll be there. I'll be vending there. And last year I had people coming out at the woodwork, sharing their Iowa Bigfoot encounters, showing off their Iowa Bigfoot track castings. I loved it. It's never happened to me before, and I was so excited. EDT, I had a stump move in on our campsite during an eventful night. I can't honestly say it was Bigfoot. I mean, it was something, dude. If you saw a stump move, Brian, I would bet in Texas they eat a ton of wild pigs. Absolutely. I mean, those suckers get huge, and think of all the calories. David, going to the LBL for my first time next month. Oh, snap, dude. Good vibes for you. Let me know. Oh, funny. Max said, Tiny town of La Josie. I know I'm mispronouncing that. I apologize, dude. Pennsylvania has a Bigfoot day at I can't even say it, LJ Hotel once a year because someone's seen a Bigfoot crossing the railroad tracks close by. That's awesome. Anna Marie K, good to see you. Anna Marie K just joined the Patreon. Good to see you, pal. Patreon.com/the Bigfoot Society. We do lots of cool stuff in there. And you can listen to the extra episodes that come out for members every Wednesday. You might want to consider this one out there on the Olympic Peninsula. 3rd annual Forks Disc Sasquatch Days. Oh, I would love to go to that someday. It's in May, so I'm not going to be out there. Grant, Whitehall Sasquatch Calling Festival. Yep, that's a good one. I've never been able to go to it because it's the same day as Van Meter Visitor Festival. So. Oh, Jose. Yeah, right. All right, let me check the Bigfoot Society phone here. And we won't go all night. We'll probably go until 9:30. So this is kind of me saying if you're gonna call in, you want to give a call. This is me saying, hey, kind of get going. Give a call to 515-809-0165. Make sure you fill out the guest release form first. But we're having a good time chatting. Let's see. Tigger, I still can't believe I'm just finding out about all this Bigfoot stuff. I'm 50 and just found this channel a couple of weeks ago. Now there's like meetings and festivals. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all listening to the episodes. Do me a favor, share the episodes with friends that might like Bigfoot as well. Share a YouTube episode that's your favorite. Share a podcast episode, whatever they like to do. Or just say, hey, go check out Bigfoot Society. You'll love it. But I appreciate y'all listening. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're listening right now and you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. And yeah, good stuff. Grant, need to get some sleep. Peace, everyone. Catch you next time. Good to see you, Grant. If you just came in for this episode live, make sure that you hit the replay because Tim from the Olympic Peninsula around Lake Cushman shared some interesting things that's happening around his area. You don't want to miss that. Hey, Standing Stones, good to see you again. Remember you from last time. Firelight Vibes, just subscribed. Absolutely. Something to consider if you are watching and you've never checked it out, we do have a YouTube channel membership for $3 a month. You can listen to, there are at least three member episodes out now. And the one coming out this Wednesday, which is already available, I believe, for members, it's an interview with Kevin Cook from the Iowa Bigfoot Information Center back in the 70s about what it was like to research Bigfoot back in the 70s. It's a fun interview, and I've been trying to set it up for a few years. So members, you'll want to definitely check that out. Let's see. So there's a Bigfoot sighting like 3 miles from here in Massachusetts. The story is up on Bridgewater Triangle page in Medfield, Massachusetts on the Charles River at dark. 3 guys in a boat had one throw boulders into the water. Wow, that's wild. Max, I'm 59, never even thought about this until 5 years ago. Very crazy. Yeah. It's crazy how a lot of people find out about this late in life, but better late than never for sure. Clear that out. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We've got a few minutes left. Let me check the phone here just to make sure I didn't miss any calls. You got 10 minutes left. If you'd like to call in and share what you've experienced, if If you saw any Bigfoot or you heard something weird or you had a rock thrown at you, you heard a whoop or you heard a howl, all that good stuff, feel free to call on in 515-809-0165. We're going to be going until 9:30 tonight. Just make sure you fill out the guest release form. The link is in the show notes. Okay. We got some interesting things happen in the chat. Just looking at that real quick. Mitzi, unfortunately, Dogman is realer than you think. And I can't say a lot, but there's a few sightings I know of in eastern Iowa to do with Dogman. So watch yourself when you're out there. I'd rather it just be Bigfoot, but unfortunately, we've got Dogman here too. Interesting. All right, here's a fun one. So Greg says, I've been to Salt Fork State Park in Ohio, west of Pittsburgh, and I've heard the Ohio Howl by the lake. Sounds just like the recordings by Matt Moneymaker. I think that was back in 94. That's awesome, Greg. I've always wanted to be there. I've driven past it on the way out to New England. We couldn't stop, unfortunately, at the time, but it was cool to think about just out in the woods. There's a whole lot of Bigfoot action. Let's see. Mitzi, Jeremiah, I'm already on high alert when I'm guiding. Absolutely. Yeah, you know your stuff. You're ready. You're ready. Very good. Brian S. Dogman sounds so gnarly. Dude, I would not want to mess with a Dogman ever. I would love to have a visual of a Bigfoot, but Dogman, that's something that I would be okay with. Firelight Vibes. Just interviewed a guy that saw Dogman in Ohio. I think I'd rather see Bigfoot for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Firelight Vibes, are you do you have a podcast or what's your thing? Curious I guess I could always check out your channel after this. I'll probably check out your channel for sure. But sounds like you have some kind of podcast or something. We got a few minutes left. The clock is ticking down. If you guys have any... Oh, nice. Very cool. I'll check it out for sure. Appreciate you being here. If you have any Bigfoot encounters you would like to call in and chat about, tonight's the night. We got a few minutes left. You can always call on in to, let me put the phone number up, 515-809-0165, and just make sure you fill out the guest release form. The link for that is in the show notes before you call in, please, so that we can go ahead and use the recording of your story for the podcast. But I think, let me know in the chat. Has this been fun, guys? Just kind of hanging out and people getting to know each other in the comments, talking about Bigfoot, sharing what they've seen, stuff like that. Me chatting about stuff. Let me know if you like this as well. I'm going to check you out right now. Let's see. Let's see what this... All right. Ooh, I like this. Okay. Interesting. I'm looking at Firelight Vibes right now. Now, I'm not going to listen to it right now, but I'm going to say you probably should check out Firelight Vibes YouTube channel. Looks like they're going to be an awesome up-and-coming podcast, so I would definitely check it out. I'm going to be checking out their stuff for sure. Yeah, I've got emails coming in from this chat and everything. Crazy stuff. Do you think there's a difference in Bigfoot, like all the different color, hair, and eyes? Does any of that equal an eye or an eyes? Yeah, well, that's a good question. So I think in different parts of the country, there's going to be different regional variants. For example, they have a white Bigfoot scene in Scranton, Carbondale area of Pennsylvania, northeast area. They have the Alabama white thing that's found in north central Alabama. That could also be Bigfoot that are white, and maybe they just have white hair, like, when humans get older. It's anyone's game right now. But the weird thing that I find a lot in reports, especially from the Pacific Northwest and Southeast Alaska, is for some reason when they have 4 toes, that equals a really bad time. It's going to be a bad, aggressive report when the person starts talking about, well, the Bigfoot had 4 toes. Allegedly, that's a group or, whatever you want to say of Bigfoot that are extremely aggressive, especially in the Prince of Wales Island area near Klawock, Alaska, Southeast Alaska. You can listen to the Prince of Wales Island episode on Bigfoot Society. It's like number 3 or 4 on YouTube if you sort by number of downloads. And let's see what we got. Max. The strange thing with Siren Yell was it started real low and stopped at a high note. Didn't wind down at the end. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you think about it, and they have crazy lung capacity, right? So they can do wild stuff like that. That's how I think of it anyways. All right, we got a few minutes left. I'm going to do one more check. All right. So in the last few minutes, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you want to see me in some documentary episodes, check out Tate Hieronymus's YouTube channel, Sasquatch, a Search for Sabe. In the Iowa episodes, you can watch about when I went out on a few expeditions in Iowa over the last few years and what we experienced. For those that want to go a little bit deeper and support the podcast, you can check out patreon.com/the Bigfoot Society. We have member events every month. We have we watch Bigfoot shows once a month together, comment about them as a group. It's fun. We do a Google Hangout at the end of the month, so you can chat with me directly and share pretty much whatever you want. So there's that. Also, if you want to listen to shows ad-free early, listen to members-only episodes. There's multiple members-only episodes now. You can become a supporting YouTube channel member. Just click the join button next to subscribe. It's like $3 a month. And it's a way to support the podcast as well. If you can't do either of those, I appreciate you being here. Just make sure you're subscribed and share the channel or share a favorite episode with a friend. Make sure you check Firelight Vibes YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's support the new channels for sure. This channel right here, check them out. Brian asks, good question. These live ones, so you want to make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell. They're not going to be on a certain day, but if I do them, they will start at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's why it's going to come in handy that you're subscribed and you hit the bell icon, because then you'll see, oh, he's going to do one tonight because it's starting. So I'm not able to schedule them for certain nights, but I can schedule them. They will be at 8:30 p.m., but it'll be kind of a surprise if it's going to happen that night or not. Usually I end up doing these if I had an interview cancel or reschedule, then I'll end up doing something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, but I appreciate y'all being here. Great to see you all. I hope to see you face-to-face at an event this year. If you're there, please come up to me and say, hey, I'm so-and-so from the YouTube lives, and I would love to meet you. So you all have a great night, and I will see you next time. See you later.